It's interesting how you make those claims and give no facts, but yet your party's the one that's supporting the guy that's got a Nazi tattoo.
I have the facts. I have the facts, sir.
No, there is no facts. You throw out nationalism, Nazism, and that's exactly what causes the hatred and the violence that happens.
You just watched Markwayne Mullin look Representative Shri Thanedar in the face and say, "You make those claims and give no facts." Then lecture him about nationalism and Nazism, like that's a magic spell that ends oversight. That moment right there is the tell. When the questions get uncomfortable, the whole thing turns into a meltdown monologue instead of an answer. What's up, everyone? How are you doing today? This is Saha Explains. Hit like, drop your take in the comments, and subscribe, because the next minute shows the exact dodge they use. Demand impossible specifics on a short clock, pivot into outrage, and pretend that's governing.
Secretary Mullin, for the past year and a half, the American people suffered under disastrous leadership of your predecessor, Cristino. Cities across the country faced an unprecedented onslaught of immigration raids targeting civilians based on color of skin or language they spoke. Grants for communities that faced environmental disasters.
Notice what Thanedar is doing here. He's not asking for a soundbite, he's asking for a commitment. Are you moving money that's supposed to reach communities or not? That's oversight. That's literally Congress doing its job.
We made that a priority as soon as we walked in the door. The deputy and myself went to work from day one, and you immediately started seeing grants start flowing again. The biggest thing we had to do was to raise that threshold from where my predecessor had it at 100,000. We raised it significantly higher than that, so we could empower those that we have in those positions to make those.
Okay, so he can give a smooth, confident management answer when it's a friendly lane. Now watch what happens the second the questions move from "tell us your plan" to "are you benefiting, are you escalating, are you signaling?"
How about contracts with companies that work with DHS agencies? I understand that you have quite an enormous amount of shares in companies that hold DHS contracts. Are you prioritizing giving contracts to companies you hold shares in, or to companies with political ties to your boss?
That's not accurate. I had to sell every bit of stock I had before I was confirmed. So I owe no.
And just to be clear, asking about conflicts of interest is not an insult. It's how you keep government from turning into a private piggy bank. Mullin denies it, fine. But denial isn't the same thing as accountability, and it's definitely not a reason to start throwing smoke bombs.
Secretary Mullin, I'm very concerned that your department is promoting white nationalist, anti-immigrant sentiments on official social media accounts. One post quotes a song embraced by neo-Nazis, and state law enforcement agencies have raised concerns that your post will motivate white supremacist violence. When will you stop DHS from using its social media accounts to spread?
This is the moment where you either address the substance, what was posted, why it was posted, and how DHS avoids inflaming extremists, or you do what these guys always do, flip it into outrage and try to make the question itself the crime.
Bigoted and racist words and imagery promoting great replacement theory.
It's interesting how you make those claims and give no facts, but yet your party's the one that's supporting the guy that's got a Nazi tattoo.
I have the facts. I have the facts, sir.
No, there is no facts. You throw out nationalism, Nazism, and that's exactly what causes the hatred and the violence that happens to our officers every single day. And you should be ashamed of using that.
Look, no, it's not my words.
It is your words.
Look here. Here's Colorado.
There it is. Instead of answering what DHS posted, Mullin immediately goes, "You have no facts, your party this, your party that," then drops a totally separate accusation with no details in this clip. That's not a rebuttal. That's a pivot built to change the subject and put the questioner on defense. Now keep watching, because the next exchange shows the trick in real time. Thanedar tries to cite a specific report, and Mullin turns it into a name the exact message stall while the clock burns.
Look here. Here's Colorado
Did you
Fusion
endorse the
Center.
candidate in Maine?
Here is Colorado.
Did you endorse the candidate in Maine? That's a Nazi.
Let me reclaim my time, sir. Colorado Fusion Center says ICE white nationalist messaging could lead to violence. There is just
And
numerous
who
reports.
said that? Who said that? And what is they actually?
This is Colorado Fusion Center.
Yeah, tell me exactly what message you're talking about. Now, don't give me some poll that is ran by the left is talking about. Give me what your actually specific
let me
details that
reclaim
you're
my
saying
time.
that DHS said. Yeah, you don't want to talk about it but you want to throw out racism.
So no, this wasn't just a spicy hearing clip. It was Representative Shri Thanedar trying to do basic oversight on FEMA grants, contracting, DHS messaging, and ICE training, and Secretary Markwayne Mullin responding with a playbook. Deflect, moralize, pivot, and run the clock. The question isn't whether you like Thanedar's delivery style. The question is whether DHS officials can dodge accountability by shouting no facts while refusing to engage the substance they were asked about. Drop your take below, hit like, subscribe to Saha Explains, and stay locked in. Because if we can't get straight answers in a hearing, we're not getting them anywhere.